We're going to do game balance today. For that, we add to git commit -m save point before game balance. And we're gonna do everything that we learned in the video from yesterday from Mr. Timothy Kane. Chad's mom is fat. There we go. So, what do we need to do first? There's a couple of things we need to do. And in order to begin, essentially what we need is we need to keep track of DPS and we need to keep track of, I call it defenses per second. And we need to keep track of hits, how many hits it takes to kill something. And we need to keep track of the time it takes to kill something. These points, let's move them a little bit closer to each other. There we go. These points are very important and I want to begin by, for example, and what we begin with is we take one enemy and we balance that against one hero. What we are going to work on is the hero attacking the enemy. That's what we're going to balance today. And then the moment we have the hero attacking the enemy in a reasonable way, and it is somewhat balanced, we're going to call pin. We're going to pin the enemy down so that that enemy is locked in place against that hero. And we're going to write down DPS, defenses per second, hits per second, or how many hits, and the time it takes to kill the enemy in seconds. And so I know that I did this yesterday, but I want to begin with this again. And I want to begin by starting a calculator. I wonder if there's LibreOffice. Can I turn this black, guys? Can I basically do the entire background here is black and I have my font in white? Is that possible? Tools?
Under personal.
It's under tools. Ah. Application colors. Godness. Thank you. Holy shit, test. Awesome. That's what I want. Really cool. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, Mr. Kolokotov. It doesn't work. You're banned. Okay. Not in a good mood. Bitte. Danke, Schrubtor. Danke. So, we begin with the crawler. So, how do we begin this? We need to type in the defender. That's our unit, and we're going to crawler against the crawler. And so I guess we need to define the defender here. His stats. Like this. And then we're going to have the enemies right next, or maybe in a list below. I think in a list below makes more sense. So, like that. And then each of these will be fed. So, like for example, we have first damage on the defender and health, but for now that's not important, and attacks per second. And that's essentially it. Now, I know that the defender has 50 or 40, I think, 40 physical damage, and attacks per second is 1.2. Now, so this is the stats that the defender has. And then the crawler is gonna have HP and armor for later. There we go. So we begin with HP and then armor, and then we need to track how many hits it takes. I don't know how I do that. Oh, hello there, Heide. Good morning. How's it going, bro? Welcome, sir. Jay is a programming language. Yeah, Jay. Hello. We're currently working on game balancing, and I do want to talk about this really quickly and tell you guys that while yes, I will do a lot of spreadsheet calculations today just to get an idea of how we could do game balancing. I've done this already before and it worked very well. However, we are not going to just spreadsheet balance the game. What we're going to do is we're going to spreadsheet balance, and then we're going to play through it to get a feel for whether it's good or not, whether it works out or not. Of touch? Because ultimately what's most important is how it feels, not how it's balanced on paper.
12 years.
My man Zend, thank you very much for subscribing, bro. Thank you so much for the support. And I just didn't realize. I just realized. Thank you so much, Heidi for the raid. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, we're working on game balance today, and I want to balance the game from the ground up again. And we start with the crawler. Spreadsheet is such a corporate taste. Yes and no. So I think what happens is when it comes to balance like that, you do have to have data points that you, whether that's a spreadsheet or in a different graph, you visualize that. You do have to have something like this, especially in a tower defense game, because you have to balance. You have to balance in a way, and you can't just balance by feel, because that's almost impossible. Because there's too many options, too many different options. So let's see, the crawler has 300 life. It's actually more than I thought would be 300. And his armor is 0. There we go. And so then what do I need to track here? And I want to fine tune this in a way where, let's say I do attack per second 1.2 and then 1.1, right? And physical damage we do 40. I somehow need to I need to generate a list where, like for example, attacks. Or like how many attacks it takes to kill the unit. When we have this defender. How do I do that? Have you gained read from the CSV cakes? No. Oh, balancing via spreadsheet, let's go. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try this again. I just need to figure out how. Bitter from work, go for it. Oh, really? You are working on spreadsheets? I see. I play all the time at 60. For SP games, more isn't needed for smooth gameplay. FPS, lol, imagine playing at 60 FPS after a game after 2015. Is your game locked to 60 FPS? Yes, it is, Mikolai on YouTube, yes. I'm locking it to 60 FPS just so it doesn't fry my GPU. I don't want my GPU to explode, essentially. Okay, so I'm still trying to build this. Let's see. So like, I could potentially just reference this here and then generate a duplication like that, right? And that should work. So let's see, but I have these base values, right? And now I need to, these need to be edited. So for example, how many hits he takes. Defense per second, I guess. And what was the other one? Time. The time it takes. And I guess we turn this to DPS here. DPS would always be... How do I do this? Okay, guys, is Cakez a Bay Harbor Butcher? What? A Bay Harbor Butcher? What is that? Okay, let's see here. How do I do this? So hits, right? How do I figure out how many hits it takes? I take in the physical damage. This one right here. And this one right here. We take this one right here. And we divide that by this. 7.5. Okay. That doesn't even work. I don't think I hit for 7. Step debugging. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 hits. Eh? How does he have 300 health? Eh? Eh? What the eh? Cakez, will you let your beard grow when you go totally bald? I don't think I can even grow my beard. I tried it once, but it didn't look really good, you know. So I kind of have given up. You know, like some people... I hate that, you know. You know how some people just lose their hair and then ultimately they give up? Nee, noch nicht. Ich wollte Fußball. Ah, danke. You know, some people just give up on their hair. I have given up on my beard. Who cares? Like, it would have been cool, but yeah. Wait, so current HP, max HP. That's 300. How is it minus 40 damage? So wait a minute, guys. That's not 7 hits. It's hitting... Does it not grow fully? Yeah, it has patches, essentially, yeah. Huh? Current. So that's 180. I'm doing twice as much damage every time I inflict damage. I deal damage twice, so the entire balancing for my game was wrong. All the balancing I did so far was wrong because the game was wrong, was bugged. Isn't that awesome? Congrats, idiot! Just increase damage by 2. Just increase damage by 2. So that means, yeah, that looks more like it. Amazing work, skeleton. Now, I do want this to be 4, so I need to turn the HP to 180. Now we have 4.5 hits. That's not even correct, 160. Now, and this is where...
I don't want to be like pigs.
4 hits, right? So how can I do this? Can I just move this to the right? And then it tells me 0 because it's still 160 here. And then this is where I can play around with some values, right? Let's say I have 60. Now I take 3 hits, 2.6 hits. What about 50? So it turns to 3 at 52 or something. Nah, 53. Not even 55. So 55 means the unit dies in 3 hits. So that is the minimum amount of attack increase I need for my first upgrade to make it feel impactful, okay? Which means the crawler needs to have their HP reduced to 160. That's how we're going to do balancing in the game on paper, okay? And then we will figure out how does it play. Now that I know this, I will make my first upgrade. I will give it a sword that deals 15 more damage than the base damage. And using that sword, I will test how it feels, how the enemies die, how fast, how essentially how it feels, right? He put a pin in it and it fell off. Unit test would have caught this goof up. Yeah, unit test would have cost... listen, man.
I can't really talk today because I've been awake since 4 a.m. But brother, you know that I don't have unit tests because my game changes all the time and it's a waste of time right now. Okay, bruv? So shut the fuck up and let me coach.
Anyways, okay, so 55. Let's try this out. Also, I wanna let's see the time it takes to kill. How do we do this? So we need to figure out the DPS, damage per second, and then we need to divide the HP by the DPS, right? So the DPS is this times this, right? There we go. And then the time it takes to kill them is the HP divided by the DPS. 3 seconds? Is that correct? Is that 3 seconds? Dividend by 0, yeah. Because we didn't do the DPS yet. So, I don't know about the time yet, but the hits are mostly important. And we can essentially treat this the way we wanted to. I wonder if this just extends. We can just extend this, right? It's awesome. Oh no, that shouldn't be it. These are values I want to type in myself, and then this as well, right? And so we can test some values here. If we keep, actually, I want this to always use that. So C11, B, C4. Wait, hits. Huh? So like I don't want C11, I want B11. So guys, how do I lock this in? Those of you who know Exile, how do I lock this in? Is it like dollar? Dollar B11? Okay. Dollar, right? You can't. You are lying. You're gonna get banned for 5 minutes. No liars. So dollar doesn't work. Sorry, the other sign. How do I even do that? This sign right here? You sure about this? That doesn't seem to work. Retard. Not dollar, not dollar. After the slash? No, guys. Press the cell with control. Okay. Just pressing the cell with control. I don't think that works, brother. See? It takes C11, not B11. Dumb fucker, just go back to paint. No one wants this. Shut the fuck up, you moron. Leave me alone. So you're an introvert? Is that why there isn't a Cakez con yet? Yeah, I'm an introvert, exactly. I don't like talking to people. I don't like being around a lot of people. Is this balancing? Yeah, currently I'm just trying to figure out. So it's just dollar in front of this. Just $1, huh? And so then, if we do this, B11. Okay, so it keeps B11. And then over here we can decide the damage, right? 2.6, 70. So 75 would be another, actually not even 80. 2. Okay, so on 80... On 80, we have the new breakpoint where it takes 2 hits to kill an enemy on 160 HP. Interesting. C locks the column, C $13 locks the row. And that locks both. Okay, the dollar before the B makes the B constant. The dollar before the 11, the 11. Yeah, now I learned it. Thank you, guys. Okay, so in order to balance this properly, we figured out that we need 160 life on the crawler instead of 300. Okay, that's the crawler though. Okay, and we can restart the game. The reason why the skeletons are twitching, by the way, is because of interpolated rendering. The reason why this is not paused is also because of interpolated rendering and having the rendering done separately from updating the game. And we did that change recently, and that's why they're still psyching around. You know? Who asked that, by the way? Some random guy saw my wife in her wedding dress and me behind her. Some random dude said, my condolences. Who asked that? Hey, Blue, welcome. Good morning on YouTube, bro. Okay, so anyways, we just balanced this to hopefully take 4 hits. Okay, let's test it. And I want it to be 40. Yeah, looks good. What about 1 defender? Can 1 defender beat the enemies? No. So, I can't really talk about speed and stuff in this spreadsheet, but I can talk about the defender's attack speed. I can make the attack speed a bit faster. But I think I'm gonna keep it at 1.2. What the fuck? Time? Let's lock the B as well. And then we do this again. Takes 0.39 time. Okay, guys, let's see here. 80 is the breakpoint for 2. So we'll probably have to do something where we jump to 80. And these can be gone. We don't need those, yeah. And then DPS needs to dollar the B as well. Which makes this... what do you mean? Ah, this needs to be $2. Okay. There we go. Now it stays on 48 DPS. There's no way. Oh, it doesn't. It's not supposed to dollar the B. There we go, like this. Alright, so. Interesting. No, it's not interesting. So 96 DPS. That's what we need. Okay. Now that we have this, I want to figure out and balance the Dark Crawler. The Dark Crawler, if they have 300 HP. With this, it takes me 7.5 hits to kill a Dark Crawler. With 55 damage, it's still 6 hits. So it goes from 7 to 6. If I have 260... it goes from 7 to 5. So I think 260, 280, that's 270. See, like, what I'm trying to say here is, with a sword that has 55 damage, I can kill the crawler in... 5 hits, down from 7. Which makes an upgrade more impactful on this unit. But still very difficult to beat in base. It's actually really cool. I like this. But you need more units. No, you don't need more units. You just need to have an upgrade, a weapon. Thank you very much for following, Just Corvino. Good morning. Welcome, sir. Now, he's faster, yes. Fast enemies shouldn't have that much HP. No, I disagree. Fast enemies do need to be a threat. But let's see. Let's try that. Crawler and then Crawler Dark. I'm gonna give him 270 HP. And the same speed. Okay. Let's test this. Let's restart. Put down 2 units. They should be able to deal with wave 1 no problem. Yes. Now wave 2 starts. Let's see. Howdy, howdy. Loving the way this game is coming out. That's awesome. Just Covino. That's really awesome. How did you learn about the game? If I may ask. Did you just find me on Twitch? Or did you watch a YouTube video by chance? Alright, so let's see. 1. Like, they still deal 40 damage to them, right? And so they absolutely can't beat these guys. But what if we use an upgrade? Like, for example, what about 60 damage, by the way? Instead of 55, if we have 60 damage, that's 4.5 here. Okay. On 300. That's 5 hits. 8 to 5 hits, okay. That's probably still too much. Let's see here. 60 damage. Also 60 damage on 160 HP. 60 damage is 3 hits. Hello Diamond, good morning. This is how Concord lost millions of dollars, having a bunch of people sitting and doing nonsense, just like Cakez is doing right now. Sure, bro. What if I copy this here? And say Crawler Dark? Why is it dividing by 0? B19. B12. Eh? Hits. B11. Eh? Cakez, why are you doing it this way? Either create a database or a CSV file. Will you pass this later? What do you mean? Isn't this okay? What's the problem? I don't understand. What is the problem, bro? Divided by B4. What is B4? B4. Ah, I see. So the number 4 and B need to stay. Right, so we have to have that here. So that's gonna be B$4. There we go. And then we can put this here. And over here, the time is also gonna be B$4. Exile is perfectly fine. I think Exile is perfectly fine, yeah. I don't see the issue. So now we have the Dark Crawler. We have 300 HP. And we can see here on the thresholds that comparatively to the Defender... What are you cooking? I'm cooking game balance right now. We are balancing the game. You can change the values and see the updated results in real time. Exactly. The reason why I want to do it this way is because I actually did it before and was right, and it's very helpful to see breakpoints. So for example, I can test out different attack values, physical damage values for the defender, let's say 100.
Cakez.
And then I can see where these breakpoints happen. So for example, on HP, on 300 HP enemies, 100 damage turns this into 3 hits. And so these breakpoints are very important to keep track of, because then I'm like, okay, so if I want to pin this crawler, I want him to have 160 life. I want to have this in a game. I want to pin one value. Then I need to figure out, okay, what are the base values for the defender against that? Then I'm like, okay, so this right here.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
This right here is pinned. Right, that's check marked. This is pinned for the defender, and this is pinned for this guy. I don't know how to do a check mark. Maybe we can do like
Wait.
what the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Can you not do this?
Oh my god! I hate Const! Const is trash!
It doesn't work. So you can't really... Wait, maybe you can? You can, but I can't see it. Shit. So that's a heart in green. Kinda. Oh, now I can. And so we can say, okay, well, the defender for this particular base value is check marked. And then we're like, okay, well, the same holds true for the crawler. That's really cool, by the way. How this turns green. It's really nice. I like that a lot. Center the check mark. Right, and so in this case, this is not yet done. We are not going to do that yet. Nice, yeah. No, right align it? Oh, really? I need to right align it now? Really? Guys.
It's not important, okay? Stop your ADHD, please.
I mean, you're right with your ADHD. I think your ADHD is better than his, because it basically checks these values, right? Center fixed my ADHD. All right. Oh no, this thing is... Oh, I've been using it all day, have I? Shit. I need to charge this bad boy. All right. PTSD, OCD, ADHD and HDMI and USB. This vibrator. Don't need headset. Okay, so... I'm gonna keep it this way. The time it takes, maybe, what if I do 1.4? No, it takes less than 3 seconds. 1.3 takes about 3 seconds. So 1.4 might be a good idea. Because then ultimately the time it takes to kill this guy... Wait, that's not correct. Absolutely not. B4... B19. Actually it is, okay. But it's not B4. It's B6. So B$6. There we go. So that is the time in seconds. Interesting. Crazy how it, from 1.2, how it takes like almost 7 seconds. Here 3, and then if I do 1.4, how it goes down. Interesting. Okay, let's see. So we locked this in already. This is round 2. And we are currently looking at the Dark Crawler. when we deal 60 damage. I wonder if I can do this. Let me test. Okay, that should still work, and then we can get rid of this here. Very nice. Guys, is there a way to have this showing always? This one right here? Is there a way so when I scroll down, I always want to see this? How to freeze?
In this video, I'll show you how to freeze rows or columns within your table for LibreOffice Calc. On LibreOffice, freeze the first row. It will freeze. Go ahead and click V first row frozen. That will freeze rows and columns. And now we have the first row frozen. That way, if I scroll down past row 26, I'll continue to see the header with my column names displayed. So I'm just scrolling down and we see that down past row 20 with it. In my spray to freeze the first row is actually select the second row. What this does is it will freeze everything above the row that I select. Freeze rows and columns.
Nice. How do I undo the freeze though? How do I undo the freeze? How do I undo this freeze? Huh, it looks like I have to do the freeze and then do the freeze again. There we go, cool. Now we always have this and we can see what we have on the defender at least. It's a perma choice. Restart your PC. And so the first thing we're gonna do now, by the way, is we save this thing to the game. And we call this balance sheet. Cool. So I've never done this before, but it does make sense. So 55, by the way, is also turning this to 2. And so what I would like to do now is test the first thing. Like I can. Okay, wait. Let's first test it the way it is right now. Right, we have this 60 weapon, and with 60 damage. We should be able to defeat a dark crawler in 5 hits. And we can even give this unit a more powerful ability that helps me clear as well. So let's see. This is definitely possible, very easily. They still don't get enough hits in to kill them. Though I should be able to do it if I give this guy another weapon too. And the target priority maybe should be closest instead of first. Okay, so they are still leaking, but I do have more possibilities. Right, I could have this, essentially. And then they don't leak anymore. So just putting an ability on one of them. What if I put the ability here? They are leaking then. Then they are leaking. Cakez, can you pull this CSV in game and auto-populate the stats so that you don't have to change twice? No, because I don't know which value to take where. So I test a bunch of SFML or OpenGL. I don't see your first message, why delete, but I would go with OpenGL to learn more, but SFML is also a really good starting point. Exile is also free. Spend a week coding that. Yeah, you don't want to code that, bro. You need to. So, for example, right? I tested a bunch of values. Now, like, let's say the HP right here for the crawler. I would need to code this to read this value somehow. And it's like an ODT file. It's not like I can save this as a CSV file. Okay. But then I would need to CSV parser first. And I would need to code to figure out which HP value to take. With this spaghetti code, probably would be hard. Okay, bro. It's kind of cringe. I mean, like, you're a programmer, why use a spreadsheet? Balancing. Makes balancing easier. That's the only reason. Okay, what about 270? It goes from 7 to 5 still. And then we have like a breakpoint on 100 where it goes to 3. But it's 4 here on 80. We would have to jump to, I think, maybe 90? Yeah, 90 would be 3 here. Still 2 between 80 and 90. 100 is 1.6, is still 2 hits. Alright, so let's see. 300 goes to 5. Let's test this. We did, and we leaked. Let's see. I mean, I do have a lot of money. I can even place another unit if I want to. I don't know, I think this is fine. Looks good. Okay. With this, so I want to lock these two in, essentially. I want to lock this one in like this as well. Now, we need to lock in the first upgrade. Actually, I think this is locked in too. The 60 damage. What about 55? 55 goes from 8 to 6 here. This is actually 8. That's bad. How much does the Dark Crawler have right now? 270. What about 270? There was 7. 7 and 5 on 55. Okay. Okay, so the interesting part here is now the skeleton. And for that we need another stat, unfortunately. And I hope I can just copy these down. Please tell me I can do that, man. We extract this. And then just put them down by a couple. Still works, right? Yeah, cool. So, for example, because I need armor pen. Now, this is a percentage value, right? So 15, for example. And then the hits it takes to kill an enemy is now the physical damage divided by the HP. Wait, so the HP divided by the physical damage minus the armor. So essentially this. And then we need to do that minus B. This needs to be a... Wait, so a 10 needs to be $. Like that. And then we just copy this here. And put this everywhere. Wait a minute. Something's off here. B16. B16, okay, divided by this. And then this one's the interesting one. Let's say I give the skeleton 10 armor. shouldn't be B10. Shouldn't be B10. It should not be B10. But it should be B. Shit. Okay. Fuck, man. So then this is not 10. But 24. That's 10 hits. Holy shit. That's crazy. And then for this, I got it's $B. And instead of 24, this is 18. Wait, is it not? Eh? What is the problem here? It's just -0. Why isn't it a vertical comment? So just 1 row per mob. Damage has 5 columns. That way you can read it in bulk in the future. Why isn't this vertical columns? I don't know how you mean, bro. I just don't know. I came up with this and it works so far. Hey, why does it not work? Why does it say error? Am I stupid? Guys? Huh? The thing under the strich? Yeah, I mean B2. Eh? B16? Oh, it's 17. It's I'm stupid. Yeah. It's supposed to be 17. You divided by it and that's itself. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. And this is the $B here. There we go. And then we can turn that. You know, take a look at this. Now I can give it 5 armor. And all of a sudden it all changes. It now takes 5 hits just because of 5 armor. And let's say I have 0 penetration. Huh? What the fuck? Bro. What do you mean? Ah, wait. I see. Damage reduction is 100. That's League's damage calculation. Yeah, not League of Legends. We have armor as a flat reduction. Armor is a flat reduction, and so the way I do armor is if this is armor, I remove from the armor the penetration in percentage. So I do, oh god. Let's go into the code. I don't remember, actually, to be honest. That's how I do it as well. 100. Damage reduction for armor is 100 divided by 100 plus armor. League's damage calculation. Okay. I mean, let's say, okay, how does that work? I have 100 and I divide that by 100 plus, let's say someone has 50 armor. Okay. That is 60% or 70% almost damage still taken. 100 divided, no, 100 divided by 100 plus 1000 armor. 9% damage taken. So the more armor you have, the less effective it is. I yoinked the League armor system. I mean, we're still in early development when it comes to this. We could probably take that too. That, my friend, is LibreOffice cult. Boomer finds out. Exile Boomer. It's LibreOffice, yeah. More armor equals less damage taken. So, like, how does it even work in, like, a curve? Let's see here. I'm gonna generate a curve on Desmos. Maybe we use the League armor system, Desmos. Graph a function, okay. Not sure why it would do all of this. We don't need that. We just need, let's see, 100 divided by 100 plus x. So let's see, x, right? How does it start? Oh, so that's the percentage.
Demo.
When does it reach 0.5?
Check. No progress. Check. Bad code. Check.
When does it reach 50% damage reduction? On 100, I guess, right? It reaches 50% damage reduction on 100 armor. And then when does it reach 25% damage reduction? On 300 armor? 300 armor means 75% damage reduction. Yeah, so 300 means... Can I click on it? 0.25. Is exactly 0.25. And then how do I do armor penetration? Do I just remove from the flat value? I don't like that, guys. I really don't. Do the graph times 100 to show the graph better? Yeah, I guess. You mean like this, right? It essentially starts out like that. Yeah. So what I don't like about this is the following. Okay, armor penetration is supposed to be... I mean, armor penetration would be a percentage value then, right? Fair, you use a saint and I apologize for Papa's behavior. Papa's, you're a saint. Sometimes it's better to show restraint. Do I think that Cakez has donkey brains? Yeah, without a shadow of the doubt, but I would never tell him that. Okay, bro. Integral of this function will tell you how much damage you overall blocked. Is Sturdy Pose like a crazy math person? Armor penetration, how much damage of the total shouldn't have reduced, rest gets reduced. Wait, armor penetration is how much damage of the total shouldn't have damage reduced. Can you give an example? I don't understand what that means. What? Why is facecam off? Is it off? I'm gonna ban you for longer now, bitch. I'm actually gonna ban you for longer. Asshole. Can I do Dark Reader here? Oh, it's really difficult to see though. Maybe I made a mistake here, guys. This guy's gonna go... You're gonna be gone for a while, bro. Because I know what you're trying to do. An hour. 100 damage total, 50% pen. That means 50 damage. 50 damage plus 50 times the damage reduction. 0.5 would end up at... What? What? I have 100 damage and a 50% penetration. What is my armor value? Penetration is 50 damage plus... But I deal 100 damage. And what is my damage reduction? Armor in this example was 50% damage reduction. So the armor was 100. We had 100 armor. And we deal 100 damage. And so 100 damage first gets converted to 50 damage. And then we add... What? Hey Cakez, how are you? How's the family doing? Hey, Travis Roman, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good. Zoe's sleeping more and more. She's laughing a lot. She's making noises too. Like, It's really funny. Sorry, I just do not understand your example. I just don't understand your example. So like, I come from the mathematical background, and so this is how we write down things in math. First, you say R is armor. And then let's say D is damage. Right, and you would say that this is also like, let's say this is like a, you know, a natural number and shit like that, but let's skip that, okay? But you would define the variables by what they have, and then P would be penetration. And then what else do we have? We have armor, damage, and penetration, and then that follows that I guess the damage, which would be I guess the final damage. Then that follows D is the damage multiplied by 100 divided by 100 plus A. And now the penetration, I don't know where that would come into account, but if it's percentage value, then I suppose, which in this case, by the way, this right here is the reduction. And we have to somehow figure out the penetration, which I guess would be multiplied again, or plus this plus this that's the penetration. You can also decrease the armor in the formula when you have penetration. Yeah, that was my question. How is it calculated? How is penetration calculated? Right? So like, I'm just making things up. A times the penetration. See the Discord chat? I don't have it open. Wait. Let me see. Let's say damage, armor penetration, armor 100, 50% damage reduction. Damage times AP plus damage times 1 minus AP times damage reduction. What? A 100 damage times the damage reduction plus 100 damage times the damage reduction times 0.5 equals 50 plus 25 equals 75. So it basically, it says the damage reduction is reduced by that percentage. So essentially it takes the damage reduction and multiplies that by the penetration. So basically it reduces that by the penetration. If this right here is a value between 0 and 1, and 1 means 100% penetration, then we would multiply that. I guess we multiply that by 1 minus the pen or something. 1 minus p. Essentially. Or we could just take the A here. So in order to not do this, we could substitute A to basically multiply that by P. And then affect the penetration there immediately. A times 1 minus penetration, yeah. It would be A times 1 minus P. Yeah. It would be A times 1 minus P. You're right. Right, times 1 minus P. I mean, we can test it out. However, currently I have armor being a flat value. And the reason why that's helpful is because I can have 100 damage be reduced by 100 armor down to almost nothing. And that makes physical weapons very ineffective against armored enemies. And I need to use magic damage in that case. Where when I have this curve for armor, I need very high armor investment to even get to 10% damage reduction. Or like to get to 90% damage reduction, I need so very high armor values that it doesn't make much sense. Like, look how far I have to go to the right just to get some meaningful reduction. How high the values need to be. And what I would like to have is, if there's an armored enemy and I have 100 damage and the armored enemy has 1000 armor, I do nothing. The curve has diminishing returns, kind of the issue with curves. Yeah, this has diminishing returns, that's the issue. And so I think I'm just gonna make armor be a flat reduction. I had that as well, but some enemies in my game gave each other armor, and having 100 armor reducing 100 damage is a lot. Yeah, but that's how you do magic damage. Like, if your game is all about your one resistance armor, I can understand. But if your game is about having different types of attacks, and now fire bypasses armor, then I can have armor reduce 100 physical damage because fire is very strong against it. You see how that works? Yeah, that makes sense, right? So that's what ultimately I think I want to do, because it makes more sense. Yeah. Calculate derivative to find where the diminishing returns are. No. No. Okay, so let me see. Attack. Physical damage. There we go. So armor pierce is a percentage value that just reduces the armor value, and the armor is just a flat reduction. And so when we have armor pierce in Exile here, when I want to calculate the hits, then we need to take the physical damage, remove the armor from the unit, which is this. But before we do that, we multiply this by 1 minus armor, not armor pen, 1 minus this. And we want to dollar the B and the 5. Like that. Like this. Hopefully that works. Hello there. Hello, good morning. Panic Johnny. How's it going, bro? Total Warhammer, it was calculated in a way that every unit had armor piercing damage, which was dealt regardless of armor, and normal damage that was reduced by the armor in a flat reduction way. But every unit has at least a small amount of armor penetration damage, so there won't be any 0 damage. Huh, that's actually very interesting too. So if I have 15 armor penetration and that actually gets affected by armor, I just add that damage on top to the physical damage. So what you're saying is, if I have 100 damage, okay, let's say 100 damage, and I remove 80 of that damage because of armor. That's 20 damage left. But now I have plus 20 armor penetration. I have 40. 40 damage. But wouldn't that be the same if I have 100 damage and I remove 80 from that? But I remove from the 80 20, so I just remove 60 from that. That's the same result. So, but I guess it would take effect when I have 100 damage and the enemy has 1000 armor. Now I have minus 900, aka I deal 0 damage, and then I just add in the 15 penetration, which gives me 15 damage. Panic Johnny, thank you so much for following, bro. Hello champion, hello Fuba. Long time no see, bro. Armor should reduce the damage by percentage, not raw numbers. You subtract the armor penetration value from the armor and then calculate the damage. So we can make some experiments here, okay? I kind of want to generate damage. Another damage, like hits, and another maybe like extract this out and put it here, and then I do damage. I want to have a damage thing where I say, okay, well, it is the HP that has to be dollared because we want to keep B, right? And that is being reduced. No, it's basically being... No, wait a minute. That's not true. We have dollar. The damage. We have the damage. And then from that we remove the armor, which is this. And we dollar the B again. Do we? Do we dollar the B? Do we dollar the B? First we need that. We dollar that. For now. And then we could say, okay, well, this is minus the penetration, right? In this case, this would just take the penetration and do a minus. And then we dollar the B here and the 5 for now. That would be the damage we deal. Yeah, that's negative, of course. So this needs to be... How can I do a minimum? Minimum of 0. And this, is that... Does that work? Huh? Wait, so that should... No, wait, it's a maximum, sorry. Ha! So 40 damage. Okay. Now, let's say the enemy has 30 armor. Now I deal 22 damage. Is that correct? 40 minus 30 is 10. Plus 12 is 22. That's correct. You need a max. If the damage is negative, you want to use 0. Yeah. Alright. Now, this is... This is damage flat. Flat reduction. Flat... this is damage using flat penetration. Okay. Damage using flat penetration. And then I would like to... Can I insert a row below? Cool. And now I want to have damage using percentage penetration. And so effectively the same thing here. But in this case... Let's do that first. Wait. Okay. Instead of minus, I want to multiply that by 1 minus... No, 1... Wait, 1 minus... the penetration divided by 100. So if I have 100 penetration, I should deal 40 damage. Cakez, do you think it would be possible to add some kind of reference to the amazing art and character design of the well-known strategic game called Among Us? Cakez, they are sorry for dying right now and interrupting your stream. Yep. You can check how it's done in Dota. They have explained it here. Yeah, I'll take a look at that in a second. Making games in LibreOffice now, crazy. Yeah, that's a lot of LibreOffice things, but it's cool to see the difference here, right? So, and we can extend this. Shit, we cannot extend this. It did lock the B2. I don't want to lock the B2. I want to... Actually, I do want to lock the B. That's odd. That's really odd. That shouldn't be 40. Why is it using B2? Wait, it should use C. Ah, so it should use 2, but not B. Essentially. Okay, so essentially the dollar needs to be for the 2, but not for the B. And then we can put that here to the right. Yeah, on 100% armor penetration. Cool. I like it. That's really nice. Now we can see the difference between percentage armor penetration and flat armor penetration. So, for example, if I give this guy 100 armor. Was it now? Why do these guys now fuck up? What the fuck? What if I have 1,000 armor? Minus. That's a problem here. Flat penetration. Well, I guess we would deal 0 damage because this is negative, right? So we do a maximum again of 0 and that. Huh? What the fuck? Oh, wait. Shit. This needs to be in here. Yeah. On 1,000 armor with flat penetration, I deal 0 damage, but with percentage penetration, I deal full damage. And so, let's say on 130 armor. Interesting. By the way, Panic Johnny, I said that earlier. Thank you very much for following. And Enya Zakia, thank you very much for following too. Welcome. I know this is a lot of numbers, you guys, you know. I know that's a lot of numbers we add at the moment, and it's a bit it is a bit confusing. But it will be worth it, guys. It will be worth it. Alright, let's see. I found it odd that the hits here, they didn't... They don't calculate the damage correctly, do they? Minus 2 hits. Let's see. Like damage flat penetration. So what I need here is hits flat and hits insert rows below. Hits flat. Hits flat. And then hits percentage. Pen. Hits flat pen and percentage pen. And then in this calculation we take the actual damage that we do instead of the physical damage, which was the B2 here, right? That one. In this case we want to $, the B11. Does that work? Ha! Wow! Okay. Then over here we take that. We put this here. And we do not B11, but B12. That's for the percentage. That doesn't make sense. I think it's doing something wrong. It takes the HP and divides it. I think it just needs to take the HP and divide that by B12. Divide that by this. There we go. Okay, we got that done. And then over here it takes B9 and divides that by this. There we go. That doesn't make sense though. No, it needs to divide that by B11. There we go. Wow, 16 hits, guys. Yeah, of course, because it's 160. Damn. Look at this, guys. Damn. I apologize for Papa's behavior. Papa, you did it again. Oh shit, he got an hour. Yeah, he got an hour. Exactly. Look at this Exile, guys. Yeah, you guys don't understand anything, right? I do understand. Like, it's obviously, it's a bit odd, right? But the reason why I did this, by the way, is so that I could test actual values. So, for example, obviously this guy has zero armor, okay? The crawler is not the... Hey, really? The crawler is not the interesting unit here, but these guys are. Oh. Okay. I want to copy the crawler now and start adding in the crawler dark, which in this case would be 270. We decided on that. And then... Give me a second. We do skeleton. Oh. And skeletons have, let's say, 400 HP. And they have 50 armor. And this is where it starts to get interesting. Okay. I wonder if I can... do this. I want to test something. Please tell me that works. Cool. So now, let's say we talk about the skeleton, right? The skeleton in relation to the defender. Damn, that's so cool. Look at this, guys. So I can change the armor penetration of the defender to 20. Use this Dota 2 equation for damage reduction from armor damage multiplier. 1 minus 0.052 armor divided by 9 armor match. Stop telling me what to do, bro. I'm experimenting right now, bruv. So shut the fuck up. Okay. 20% armor weight. I deal 40 damage. And I get rid of 20% armor. That is 0 damage? Is that correct? Wait a minute. So, 50 armor times 0.8 is 40. Oh, I see. And then it reduces the flat amount, right? Which is 0, so we deal 0 damage. And then obviously that is 0 damage here. That's how many hits. That doesn't make any sense though. Flat penetration I deal 10 damage, and with percentage penetration I deal no damage? On 40? Okay, what about 60? With percentage penetration I deal 20 damage, and with flat penetration I deal 13. I see. And then without any penetration? I deal minus 10. Okay. Hello. Potato. Passing by. Good morning. Welcome. Hello there, sir. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. So this is the reason why I'm balancing this right now, by the way, is because I want to make sure that I have always a minimum or a maximum of 1 and that. So at least I deal 1 damage. Ah, come on. Then over here. Damage flat. So let's say 1 damage, right? I need 400 hits with flat penetration? 10. Still need 400 hits? Yeah. So 20% penetration. I deal 1 fucking damage. Okay, what if I have 40 armor? God, I need 50 hits with percentage penetration. That doesn't even work, guys. That's so bad. How did I do this before? 40 armor. Math is not mathing? No, it is. Now, man, that's crazy. This fucking sucks, bro. Like, percentage armor penetration is so bad. It is better the more armor an enemy has, but flat reduction is so bad. Chat it. If you'd have just used the D equals 8 equals D equation, all of this would have been avoided, yeah. You just calculated wrong?
Stop with your ideas, bro. Stop it.
Chart it. I'm doing it right now. So on 60 though, on 60 damage, the percentage penetration gets much better, much closer. Is there a point where it overtakes? On 100 damage? One hit kill is very popular these days. I mean, I'm gonna let this run here really quickly. I need to go to the bathroom. Give me a second. How did I lose? In round 3, what the fuck? Huh? How did I lose? Bro. I shouldn't lose. I have a baby, like tapping on my door. What the fuck? Alright, let's see. These are not skeleton. Well, it's this guy. This guy killed me, right? I didn't have anything against this guy. Yeah, we didn't balance him yet. Shit. I mean, I need to... wait. I can't balance it, though. Yeah. He's killing him. You see? Bro. Shit. So, wait a minute. Gibt's nicht. Does crossbow remove range? Why? Crossbow removes range. No, it doesn't. It removes attack speed. It's slower. That's why. I need to get past this round really quickly. And also this looks really bad. Let's see here. Lightning damage +5. Maybe that helps. Come on. Kill him. 85. Come on. Kill him. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. Can't believe this. I'm losing. Bro. Like, okay, this guy's too strong. Like, that's the problem. Is there a wishlist command? No, currently there's not, but I should have one. I'm currently trying to make... How do you say that? I'm currently trying to work towards a demo version so I could add that again. Because I think I'm missing out on a lot. Come on, kill him. Please. He's not gonna get to attack him again, is he? I can't kill him. He's too powerful. Okay, wait a minute. I need to nerf him. Cakez, your range indicator looks smaller with the crossbow. Yeah, that's because the weapon itself gives range. Okay, now he should be no problem, right? He should be no problem, right? There we go. Okay, cool. Because I want to test the skeletons. I want to see how much damage I deal to the skeletons. So it does remove some range? Yeah, it does. Why not name it Tangerine Tower Defense? Because Tangerine Defense is perfect acronym for TD. TD is Tower Defense and Tangerine Defenders. Works very well. That's why. I'm losing, no! 17 damage. I think. They take 17. Do they? Okay, so this guy deals 10 and this guy deals 17 damage. So for some reason then my calculation here is wrong. Because my skeleton right here has 50 armor. 50 armor, you see this? And I deal 60 damage. And I have a penetration of 20%. You can see this when I place another unit. This one gives me 15% armor pierce and 20 physical damage. So why is... Then this is wrong here. How much damage I deal using the percentage armor penetration. There's something wrong here. Mitigated damage. Physical damage. Do I need this even? No, I don't need that anymore. Okay. So we say we have armor. And then we do 1 minus the armor pierce. Wait a minute. Yeah, so this is what we do. 1 minus armor pierce, right? 1 minus armor pierce. That's this one right here. What are we doing? Item balancing? Yeah, we're balancing the game currently, yes. We are using a spreadsheet to help us determine good breakpoints of items and useful stats that make sense. So that when you have an upgrade against a certain type of enemy, the upgrade is meaningful instead of... like you make an upgrade, right? And it doesn't feel like it's doing anything. So for example, let's say you fight a unit in a tower defense game and it takes you 4 hits to kill that unit, that particular enemy. Now if you make an upgrade, that upgrade, if it's done well, will turn the 4 hits into 3 hits, maybe even 2 hits. And now you see a big improvement from the previous upgrade, and therefore you are more likely to spend money on that upgrade because you get like a small little dopamine rush because you feel like you have improved. But if you take 4 hits for an enemy, you kill it clean, perfectly, with the 4th hit, and then you make an upgrade on your unit and you still need 4 hits, then you feel like you have wasted your money. And so that is essentially what I'm trying to add in as many variations as possible. That's why I need an Excel sheet, because it's faster than testing that in a game. And with this Excel sheet, we can then go and put it in the game and test it out, aka play it ourselves. And I'm currently working on kind of fixing my code because it doesn't seem like it's working here. So this is the penetration here. This part. It takes the armor. Yeah, it does armor multiplied by the penetration. That's what we do. So I think that's fine. And then after that, we do the physical damage minus the armor. Wait, so this part right here was the penetration. And by default, I want this to be 0. Yeah. And then we do the physical damage, which in this case is 40. Minus the armor, right? And then it's going to be at maximum 1. So that works. Can't have that happen. I need to play with more emotes. Ads? Yeah, we have ads right now. Okay, he's getting paid. True. Hey, but on 60 damage, if this is... On 60 damage, if this is true, I should be dealing... Wait, this is 15. Wait, I deal 17 damage here. There it is. I deal 17 damage. It's true. We have 17 here. And then on 60 damage... Without penetration? I guess we need to have damage... Without penetration, right? Damage without? Please tell me I can do that again. Insert rows below. Damage. No penetration. Is essentially just this entire code. What do we need to change? We need to take B2 is the physical damage. And we just do a maximum of... We just minus the armor. Without any penetration. The armor is B30. So... I guess that, huh? Damage without penetration. Okay. Yes. So... Here is the key difference. I deal 17 damage with percentage penetration, and I deal 25 damage with no penetration. And so if I have no upgrades, I need 400 hits. If I have one sword upgrade, I need 22 hits. I guess I need... Oh, god damn it. I need another... God damn it. Okay, fine. We need another one. Insert rows below. We need hits. No penetration, right? We need that too. Anyone joining this chat without a better Twitch TV extension? Rip people on mobile, yeah. I mean, mobile is fucked anyways, isn't it? So it's essentially that. Like this, but we divide it by 31. So we need 400 hits. We need 40 hits, 13 hits, 8 hits. We have 15% penetration. The flat percentage here, or the flat one, the damage here, this value seems to be the best. It's always the best. So we can do 120 here and then 140. Then can I limit these values to be only at most two Stellen nach dem Komma? Is there a way to say that it's going to have at most 4 fractional parts in this? Is that possible? For those of you who used a lot of what is it called? Exile? Is there a way to turn this to at most 2? Please? Should be. So what do I need to do? Yep. Top right. Plus 0, 0. Top right. Ah. Add decimal place. Delete decimal place. Ah, I see. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's much better. The arrow. Thank you, man. Awesome. Cool. Now we have this done. And we have to kind of replace... how do we do this? I guess we'll copy these in here and then we do a crawler. We say, okay, the crawler has 160 life and it has no armor. The arrow here, thank you. And then we do crawler dark. Then we can... that has 270. 270. Then we can get rid of these. That means we can put those first. Kinda wanna have this sorted, you know, guys. Based on... Oh no! That doesn't work. So kinda have to put this below. Time is divided by 0, that's bad. That shouldn't happen, right guys? Time? That shouldn't happen. Wonder why that is. How's the win/lose calculated? Now it works. That's odd. I'm pretty sure there's an issue, but okay. Man, I need some water, guys. Give me a second. I don't have water. Oh. It's very, very... Old school, like it. So, let's see here. We were doing the skeleton, and we were looking at the damage depending on what type of penetration we have. And then we would compare the hits. So what I see here, the flat penetration, at least with low amount of armor values, works the best. But if we have 100 armor, it's dividing by 0, which there's no way it should be, because it... Guys, why is this changing to a... Stop it. Why is this changing from 1 to 0? Someone explain that, please. Huh. Okay, so it looks like it wasn't updated properly. Damage percentage penetration. We have 100 armor and 15% penetration. So it still does 0 damage. And then over here, with flat penetration, on 100 damage it does 15, yeah. Ah, yeah, okay, so we have 100 armor, okay. What about 50? They are both the same. Huh. Twitch Mickey, thank you very much for following, man. Just search Better Twitch TV mobile on YouTube. Good morning, Cakes and Gent. Hello, Pikachu, good morning. How's it going? Cakes, just read the Exile and update the values instead of manually updating them in game. Yes, we are doing this right now. So, like, what I'm trying to do here. So, guys, for you to understand, I want to lock in a 60 damage or maybe 55 damage value on the skeleton and still keep those values here in check. Okay, so for example, if I go over on a crawler, right? So the crawler is the very basic enemy that's locked in already. I'm not changing this anymore. With this type of damage and this type of attack speed, I take 4 hits. With 55 damage, I take 3 hits. So effectively what I said earlier, right? We go from 4 to 3 hits, which is good. Now, that would be the first upgrade step, right? Making this better. That one is locked in. So 55 or 60, one of the two. And so this value cannot be locked in yet. I need to lock this value in by taking a look at the Dark Crawler. And I'm like, okay, so the Dark Crawler has, let's say, 270 life and no armor. Now I can see, okay, I take 7 hits to beat it. With my first upgrade, 55 damage, I take 5 hits. That's a good value for HP. If I use higher HP, now all of a sudden I go from 7 hits to 6. 5.9, that's 6 hits. So 270 is a better value because the difference between the hits using the first upgrade is better. If that makes sense. I go from 7 to 5. And I still have 7 hits on non-upgrades, but 5 hits on an upgrade. And so I can lock in these two. Essentially, I could, you know, take this, put it here. I could say, okay, fine. For this one, we have this. The 55 damage. That looks good so far. Looks good here too. Now I just need to lock in the skeleton. The armor on the skeleton, and I need to decide on how I want to use armor penetration, how I want to calculate it. Do I want to, well, no penetration obviously doesn't make sense, but do I want to use flat penetration or do I want to use percentage penetration? Because if we have 55 damage and our armor is, which is currently 50, Excuse me. And then the armor penetration is 20. We can see that without any penetration, we deal 5 damage. And we need 80 hits. You know, that's crazy. And we would need 400 hits without upgrade. That's basically impossible. But we get down to 80 if we deal 5 damage on 55, right? And so having locked in the 5 here, I want to have 5 and 7, and I want to have 4 and 3. If I turn this to 60, we still have 4 and 3. We still have 6 or 7 and 5. And in this case, we now have 1 to 10 to 30. On flat penetration, we would deal 30 damage to this guy. So far, flat penetration seems to be the best value. However, the higher I go, let's say, okay, fine, for the skeleton, that's nice. But what if I have an enemy that has like 250 armor? Right? Then when does percentage armor penetration kick in? Because on 50% armor penetration, even then, okay, let's say we have 100 armor. Okay, we need to have more than 100. We need to have 200. This is where percentage penetration comes into play. You see this? You see how percentage armor penetration starts becoming more powerful with higher values? And so I thought, well, okay, if I have the skeleton have 50 armor and I want to have 15%, then we would be dealing 70 damage instead of 10. And with 55, well, we would still deal double the damage, which would be a meaningful change. But with flat, we would deal 20 damage. And so the discrepancy... So essentially what I'm trying to look at here as a game developer in balancing, I'm trying to look at big differences. Okay, so damage with no penetration is 5. The damage with flat penetration is 20. That upgrade, or this penetration upgrade here, is really good. Guys, I just don't want to use flat penetration because it gets worse. It gets worse, guys. Flat penetration gets worse with each Mr. Cakez, any chance we get a song request enabled for a while? That's what she said about flat penetration. Yeah. Holy crap, he's on that grind. I'm on that grind, yeah? I am? Anyway, so... Oh man, I don't wanna... Man, so like with 60, right? We would still deal 10 damage to 50 armored units. That, like, the difference between 10 and 17 is not big enough, guys. And so let's say I have 20% penetration, right? And then the difference between 10 and 20 is still not good enough. What about 55? 5 and 15. 3 times more damage. You still need to account for all the magic attacks? Yeah, of course. So essentially a magic attack is 100% penetration damage. Essentially. So it is essentially 55 damage. I can see that right here. I don't need to have a calculation for that. I could just see this right here. That's magic damage. And so if I want to balance magic damage, I'm like, okay, fine. If I want to deal... Yeah, I could do that in my head, essentially. Yeah. But all I need to do, essentially, really, is to have... I need to see the difference, essentially, right? And so this... Okay, what about 100 armor? It's crazy, 100 armor. And then they behave the same. And the more armor I have... Hey? Shouldn't this go... Oh, I have 20% armor penetration. What about 30? Yeah, so 40. You see how armor penetration percentage-wise gets better the more armor I have. And so there, like, what I want to achieve with this, essentially, with the percentage armor penetration, is that I can go and have 100% armor penetration and be done with it, essentially. Armor penetration is really strong against high armored targets. Or, so like, here's two ways, guys. Here's two ideas. What do you guys think? Let's talk about the defender. Plus armor penetration. Okay? And there is two ways where we can implement. We can implement the flat and the percentage reduction. Now, the flat would mean that the defender is weak versus very high armored target. Very high armor. Let's say, I don't know, armor values of 200 plus. Percentage would mean he is weak on low penetration. So that meaning the difference between the normal damage and the armor penetration damage is low. So for example, in this case, when we have 50 armor and 20% armor penetration, the difference between 5 and 15 is not so high as the difference between 25 and 5. But this is much better. However, it also means that we have this weakness here. At some point there will be targets that have so much armor that even his armor penetration does nothing. And it starts to show on 200 armor penetration with a, on 200 armor with a value of 50 armor penetration. I still deal no damage to the target, even though I have 50 armor penetration. And the first upgrade that I have in the game currently gives me 15% armor piercing. It's percentage though, not flat. And you can see the 10 damage here. They take 10 damage. And if I have a unit that has armor piercing, then they take 17 damage, which is not much, but it's a huge difference between the sword choices. Could you do a hybrid solution? Percentage amount first, then also a small amount of flat. The latter allows you to fine-tune. I think it might help if you define what the maximum value of armor is, which can be used to calculate percentage values. I don't know yet, unfortunately. So I guess I can't lock this in yet. I can't lock in armor values, but I guess I'll go with flat amount of armor piercing for now. I'll go with flat amounts until I have an enemy that has so much armor. Yeah, I think I'll go with flat amounts, because then it makes the defender weak against very high armor units, but versatile enough to be deployed early to help with early waves that have a little bit of armor. I think that's the best thing. I think ultimately I just have to test it out, right, guys? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this to flat armor penetration now instead of armor percent. Oh shit, I have to change how armor piercing works then. Let's go! Okay. All right, let's go. Text.h. Armor pierce. There we go. This is not a percent. Yoink. This is percentage. This is not a percentage. There we go. Now we have two ways. Yeah. This is cool, man. I think armor pierce like that is much better. And then in the game, over here, what we do is we take the armor pierce value from the stat and we just remove it from the armor. So, there we go. Look at this, guys. I still had this. There we go. Cool. God damn it. Okay. Let's see how this works now. Oh, we're in round 5, huh? Are there enemies coming? With this? Yes. We deal 25 damage. I want to see, and this guy deals 10 damage. Why is he dealing 10 damage? He shouldn't deal 10 damage. Let's see here. Our armor is 50. Oh, this guy should deal 5. Aha! Because I need to turn this to... Armor penetration 15. Let's test. 5 damage. 20 damage. Yeah, so we want this to be 5 damage. So essentially, I need to code the rusty... No, stop it. Rusty sword. Over here. And yes, pinned date. By the way, this is why I put it here. I knew I was gonna change this today. We turn this to 15. There we go. Just wanted to check your level. No need to beat me up that badly. What level are you? Lowboy is level 3 and Real Superco is level 5. Oh, you guys are farming levels? Guys, is anyone listening even? Isn't that cool? How I deal 20 damage and only 5... How do I deal 10? Oh, because the weapon here is 60. Wait a minute. So the wooden sword, by the way, should be 15 damage then. Of course, smiley face. Yeah, you guys are listening? Okay, good. 5 damage between... So, what do you guys think? He's dealing 5 damage with his hits, and this guy is dealing a lot more. 5 damage against 20. And now I guess we can lock in the enemy. What is the skeleton, by the way? 600 life. Okay, well, what about the life of the skeleton? We need 20 hits with the best weapon to beat the skeletons. 400 health. On 600, we need 30 hits. What if I do 300 life? We only need 15 hits. Should I try 300 life? Alright, guys. So we have decided on the next weapon upgrade being 55. Because we go from 4 hits to 2. From 7 hits to 5. From 300 hits to... from 60 hits to 15. And we have not decided on the HP yet. So we'll have to check on the HP now by playing the game normally. Let's see. Cool. It's really awesome to see that balancing works now. All right, what type of upgrades do I get? Now, assuming that I don't have any upgrades available to me, because I just started a new game, we have to figure out how we can beat this round without upgrades. The only upgrade that we will get is shield orbs. And... oh wow, that was really fast. Holy shit. Let me see here. Frame time, okay. Real time plus equals frame time, delta time. Oh, I see. Delta time. If we are in preparation, we want to use frame time, otherwise we want to use this. There we go. Now I can upgrade my units. Let's do a K here. Yeah, so that was before. It was really fast. Okay, so I can't have any weapon upgrades, but I just gave these two guys abilities to upgrade to use against the next enemies. Let's see how far they get with their abilities. I could have also decided on... uh-oh. I think we are in trouble, guys. I do get a new unit that I can place, but there's enemies spawning now that have very high speed. Oh yeah, I'm still not done with... I can't beat this round. Oh! Oh! Wait. I think I can. But I'm already leaking in round 2. What do you guys think? Is that too much? I would make upgrade animation go with real time always. Yeah, it will. It now is. At least in preparation, when I'm in the preparation state. So I don't like this. Round 2 I think is too difficult, guys. Stat-wise, I take 7 hits on the enemies. I think that's too much. So I think they need to have a little bit less HP instead of 270. What if we do 230? Goes from 6 to 4. 220. From 6 to 4. 220. Should we try this? 220? See how that feels. Oh, look at this, guys. Isn't that awesome? I can now debug the game with my Excel sheet and see if it works or not. 4 hits. 6 hits, by the way. We turned 7 hits to 6. Okay. They die. And they are fast. I won. What do you guys think? I need 1 less hit for the enemies. We go from 6 to 4 with an upgrade. People told you to do that 12 months ago and you said no, chat was dumb. Then you react to one video and suddenly you use math. Cakez, please clarify. No. 12 months ago I wasn't at the point where I'm at now with my systems in place and the game becoming more and more rigid.
12 months ago, I wasn't even working on OpenGL, you dumbo. 12 months ago, I started just working on OpenGL.
What are you talking about, bro? 12 months ago is when I had enough of Vulkan. I've told him 6 months ago to do a math debugger. You can check my log. I'm not checking your log, bro. I don't give a shit. Go away. I don't care, man. I didn't even watch you 12 months ago, bro. Yeah, so then you're spinning lies? You need to get mad. Bitch. Man, I hope they're gone soon, man. Like, it's so... Like, the baby's crying constantly. I just can't concentrate, man. I have to say. They wanted to go out, but they're not going out. Let's do a quick recap what we did today in the game. Because ultimately, I think we stumbled across something really cool. Which, it actually helped me balance the first 2 enemies in the game already. Without having to try a bunch of different values and then hoping it would work. So essentially what we did today was we wrote down numbers for the first unit, which is the defender in the game, which is this guy right here. This little bad boy, the defender Tangy. And then using those numbers as a pin, what Timothy Kane explained to us yesterday, we pinned down his damage and attacks per second, DPS. And some armor penetration as well for later. And then we started designing enemies around this pin to determine how many hits, and that's important for a tower defense game, how many hits it takes to kill a certain enemy with a certain amount of HP, depending on how much damage we have. You can see that there are some check marks here already. And we start with 40, then we go up to 55, all the way up to 80 that we have not tested yet. I have not tested with 80. Like, I'm gonna have to lean a little bit more into this the next time we work on this, which is tomorrow. And what I was ultimately looking for here is to go from a value of 4 to a value of 3, or to have big differences in hits. So for example, if you have an upgrade on a unit and you still need 4 hits to kill the unit, then if you have no upgrade, the upgrade feels bad because you didn't get any more. You didn't get better, essentially. This particular unit doesn't die faster because it still takes 4 hits. And so I specifically chose an upgrade that would lead to 1 less hit for the first enemy. And then I moved on and I designed my next unit. And I did the same thing. I go from 6 hits to 4 hits. And the same thing happening with the last enemy, which is the skeleton that we started designing today. I wanted that skeleton to have armor, so that even if we have 40 base damage, so far we would always deal the 40 minimum damage, but with armor we now deal 0 damage. Or like minimum of 1. Now we had to start designing against armor penetration. For example, without any upgrades and flat armor penetration, we would start dealing 5 damage. Compared to percentage-wise armor penetration, which is 1 damage. And then we would calculate the hits, how long it would take us to kill the unit. And obviously without any armor penetration, that would be 300 hits. That would take too long. And so with some armor penetration, we could already see a huge decrease to 60. And so what I ultimately tried to look for here was a value with an upgrade that has a huge difference between 5, aka no penetration, and 20. I wanted to create a large gap in here so that the player, when they invest into the right upgrade, they feel rewarded enough. And I think even better might be 20 armor penetration, which now you can see we deal 5 times more damage if we have the right upgrade. That's huge. That's huge. We go from 1 damage with the right upgrade to 25. You know? And that, in my opinion, is how you can do game balancing. You don't only need like 1 knob to turn. You can have multiple knobs that you turn. But I think going forward, I'm gonna try to design it like this first. You know, take a look at the list. And then I'll try it out in game. So for example, right now we are in round 3, which I don't think it spawns skeletons, does it? Oh, it only spawns this guy here. Let's see here. Let me go from 15 armor pierce to 20. So over here, armor pierce would be 20. Hopefully this guy dies now. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's get that really quickly. Need to get past this. Boom. Nice. Okay, so round 4 is when enemy skeletons spawn. Let's see. This guy has the correct upgrade for the enemy skeletons. Let's see that. Is fast enemies coming? Yeah. They are no problem. Damn, it looks really cool, I have to say. I think this looks awesome. Let's see. Okay, so he deals 25 damage and these two guys deal 5 or 1 damage to them. Now, obviously, they still have a lot of health, right? $25 damage is not enough to beat them. So I might have to decrease their HP. I need too many hits. Yeah, I need too many hits. So I would need to create another one here with this and then this maybe. And even then it would probably not be enough. Yeah, it's almost not... It's not enough. They have too much health. You see this? I can't beat the round, so I probably have to change their maximum health. How many hits do we have? And so that's essentially how we did balancing today. And we currently need 12 hits to kill them. So what about 200? With enough penetration, we only need... We need 8. 8 hits. Let's try 8. See how that feels. Oh, wait, they had 600 life. Wait a minute. I didn't even try with 300 life. I see. Alright, so 600 life was definitely too much. Let's try 300. I mean, that already looks good. Maybe 300 is good. Let's see. Yeah. Actually looks good. 2 of these and we can win. Even without any, like, crazy upgrades. Cakez. Yeah, Cakez, what is your input on the design patterns you use in your engine? I design by tasks each day that come up, bro. So I design my game where I play the game. I do something in the game. I realize I need to do that. And then that's how I do it. Essentially. That's how I design my game. Not my question, read the question above. Okay, is it difficult to make animations on custom engine? Or do you use a lot of design patterns? What type of animations over CraftX? What type of animations are we talking about here? What do you have in mind? Like 2D sprite animations? Really easy. 3D animations? Yeah. Design pattern equals programming patterns like factory and stuff. Oops, shit. I know what they mean by design patterns, yeah. You know, they always like to talk shit about this, but yeah. Cakez design principle, yoink hard, yoink often. For example, when you open the box on the right, makes it animation, not just pop up the image. Oh, you mean... I see. Let's see. Yeah. When I open the chest, let's see if I can not get to another chest. Let's give this guy stuff here. Damn, look at this. Ah, here. This guy right here, right? There's another one. Can I kill him? Oh, he's taking a lot of damage, actually. He doesn't have armor at all. So you mean this animation right here? Is it difficult to make this animation? Why does this always happen, man? Stop it, please stop fucking doing that to me every time I want to show something. God damn it, bro. I can't believe this. Every time. Stop it. Oh. Oh my god, man. God damn it. Fuck! 260. Why do you add so many coins? Huh? Ah, for every money, I add a coin. Oh, this is so bad. So I gained more money than I could display. Hello again, Cakez. It's been a while since I tuned in. How's lives? Oh, hello again. It's a long time no see, bro. Lives awesome. I know. That's a lot of money. So I guess what I'll do is, instead of money game, coin, datas dot count dot size dot max elements. Max size. There we go. Ah, hallelujah for the good news. How about you, bro? You have a good day yourself? Welcome. I don't think that works, guys. I think we have to restart the game. Cakez, bro, don't act like that. What if Pirate Software is watching? He's not gonna rate that. Okay, I'm gonna ban you again. Fuck off. Leave me alone with Pirate Software, man. Just let me have my stream, bro. Fuck you. What's wrong with this guy? Go away!
Go away, collector of stuff. Don't come back.
I have construction going on here where I live, but it's nearly day, so yay for that. Also, that's really annoying when you want to sleep, right? Well, that sucks. All right, let's see. Control L. I think in round 5 we get the skeleton, right? Do we? Nearly done. Oh, that's awesome. Come on, bro. Kill them skeletons. God, I love this. This is so cool. You know, being able to 10 times the game. This time it works. So you mean this type of animation here, right? For example, the animation of the Defender Tangy when opening it. This too. Is it difficult to build this? No, it's not difficult. This is just, I would call this experience. It's not difficult, it's just something you learn. And the first thing you have to learn with this type of stuff is that the animation is, or animations like this come in multiple stages. There's multiple parts to this one effect. So for example, what we have here is this glow behind the chest is animated. That's like a sprite that glows. Then we have the coins. These are all sprites that trickle down on different positions and they fade out and the size of them shrinks over time. And then the what is this called? The button itself, which doesn't look too great, by the way, is also animated using color. And so essentially to this particular effect, and then also the entire background is darkened by a percentage. And so essentially you have the darkening, the glow, the color, the particles. It's like 4 types of effects combined to make this one effect. And so this stuff comes with experience, mostly, where you try out to make an effect. You have an effect in mind in a game. You try to reproduce that effect. And you learn to use bloom. You learn to use additive blending. Like, it's just something that you learn over time. It's not difficult to do this at all. Ultimately, these are just sprites. Looks like they're moving away. No, I don't think so. I don't get the impression of that. Not even watching it in small. But when you try to copy stuff, also when you try to copy stuff from balloons. That's actually really toxic, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. Anyways, so that's where that is. Okay, so I think we have managed to balance the skeletons now. Now we have new armored enemies. They have way too much armor. They can't be beaten by the defenders. This would be the next type of enemy. And also these enemies need to get more damage. They don't deal enough. This is something we would have to balance next.